Uh, I welcome you all for the playlist of electrical estimation and costing. It's a professional elective subject. We already completed the module 1 syllabus that's completely related to our introduction part about our electrical estimation and costing. Principles of estimation. The chapter title is Principles of Estimation. In the module, we saw actually definition of estimation, purpose of estimation, factors need to be considered, and then what do you mean by catalog, what do you mean by electrical schedule, what do you mean by uh, contingency charges, overhead charges, purchase system, labor charges, determination of material labor, cost of material, comparative statement, and then some IE rules. Okay, these are all the topics covered in the module 1. Now let's we dive into the module 2, that is nothing but wiring systems. Now, before getting to the actual syllabus, now let's we dive into the syllabus. What are the contents are there in the syllabus? Okay, this is the syllabus. In the module 2, we have complete theoretical part, completely 80% of percentage of theoretical part, and then sorry, 50 percentage theoretical part. You will going to get some, for example, 20 marks in the module 2, but for 10 marks theoretical part, for 10 marks problems. Sometime 8 marks theory, 12 marks problem they will going to ask. Okay. In the end of the module 2, I will going to give some questions for module 2. No need to worry. Okay. Or some of the important questions they may ask repetitively. So that questions are very important. Okay. Now let's we understand what you mean by wiring systems. Okay. Before this is module 2 completely related to house wiring. There are multiple types of wiring: house wiring, service main, power circuit wiring. Okay, and then transmission and distribution wiring, and then substation wiring. But completely module 2 is related to house wiring. There is no confusion in it. Okay. Now let's we dive into the syllabus. Okay. Here in the all of you observe the syllabus. You can pause the video and read the syllabus once. Okay. Now let's we introduce the module before getting to the actual syllabus about introduction about wiring system. Now let's we understand some basic factors or basic terminologies related to our electrical and electronics engineering. What do you mean by current? Okay, current means we know flow of electrons. Ampere. Okay, what is the SI unit of current? Ampere. A measures the rate of flow of electrical current. Okay, that is the meaning of ampere. What do you mean by volt? Measure of pressure or force pushing electricity. That is nothing but a volt. And then resistance means ohm. Ohm, measure of electrical resistance. Watt, basic measure of electricity. Ampere into uh, voltage is equal to watts. Okay. Now let's be dive into the some basic concepts like ground. What do you mean by ground? Connectors that runs between a device or a circuit to safely conduct current to earth. Means ground means what? From the point of body of any material or any component appliance like motor, and we will going to connect the wire from body of the apparatus to ground. That is called ground. Okay. And then conductor is nothing but what? Device indented to carry electrical current, which allows the flow of electrons through it. Okay. Insulator, it will going to oppose the flow of current. Material that is a poor conductor of electricity, used to prevent electricity flow. Always insulation means it opposes the flow of current. Short circuit means what? Accidental connection between two conductors. That is nothing but a short circuit. During short circuit, current is maximum, voltage is zero, ideal. Okay. Overload means what? To run equipment in excess of its normal full load. For example, full load current is 5 ampere. I'm going to run in the 6 ampere. That is nothing but a overload. Okay. These are all the basic factors of our electrical wiring system or electrical engineering. For domestic wiring, single phase is supply preferable. Domestic wiring means house wiring. For house wiring, generally we use single phase supply. That is nothing but 230 volts, 5 ampere supply, 50 hertz. Distribution board, main switch, residual circuit breaker, miniature circuit breaker. In the distribution board, there is one board in our house always. In that board is contained main switch, residual circuit breaker, and MCB, miniature circuit breaker. Proper cable sizing. For example, light and fan 1.5 mm square, water heater 4 mm square. Why? Water heater require more current. So that's why the conductor size will going to increase compared to our light and fan circuit. Socket outlets is the 2.5 mm square. Safety features, and we'll going to learn in the this module. Next one, phase wire, live wire acts main supply line. We know in the single phase supply, we have two wires, one phase, one neutral. Here, phase is nothing but a live wire, neutral is nothing but a neutral, act as a return path of supply of the system. Phase has some potential value, but neutral has zero potential value in normal condition. Generally, phase has some potential value, but neutral does not have any potential, but it has some micro ampere. Okay, but it's ideally it contains zero potential. In India, we are going to use three colors like for three-phase system RYB. In case three-wire four system, we are going to use RYB and another any color. You can use any color. For ground, we are going to use green ground or earthing, and with yellow strips wire is used for earthing ground for in three-phase supply. And then of here RYB means red, blue, yellow. For neutral, black color we're going to use. Okay, this is nothing but a single one lamp control from one place, and then multiple lamps like two lamps control from one switch. And then here we will going to use two-way switches, two-way switch connection. It is a two-way switch connection, one lamp control from two places, staircase wiring. Okay, now let's we understand what is the meaning of wiring system. What do you mean by wiring? Here there is a bunch of wires up there. I'm going to connect for different that bunch of wires to different appliances in our house. Okay, what are all those appliances like fan, lamps, and other domestic appliances through controlling and safety devices. What are all the safety and controlling devices like fuse, MCB? These are all the safety devices. Through these safety devices, I'm going to connect the wires to the our appliances like fan, light, refrigerator, etc., etc. Let's we understand particular definition. A network of wires connecting various accessories for distribution of electrical energy from the supplier meter board to the numerous electrical energy consumer devices such as lamps, fans, and other domestic appliances through controlling and safety devices is known as wiring system. And then the point at which the consumer wiring is connected into the cutout is known as point of commencement of supply or consumer terminal. What do you mean by this cutout means we already known about our distribution pole. ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು pole ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, that is nothing but a distribution pole. From the distribution pole, we are from distribution pole to the meter board, house meter board, we will go to connect one sub wire that is nothing but a service main. Whether it may be overhead service main or underground service main. Okay, immediately after the meter board, we're going to provide some cutout. Okay, that is nothing but a cutout. Okay, immediately after the meter board, we're going to provide some point for cutout point that is called commencement of supply to the consumer terminal. Okay, from the consumer terminal onward, supply cables are entirely under the control of consumer. Up to the service main wire to meter board, it's under the control of service suppliers like KPTCL, like Descom, Chescom, Mescom, Hescom, like that. Okay, from the consumer terminal, from the consumer terminal onward, supply cables are entirely under the control of consumers. Service main is a cable connecting the distribution line and consumer main board. It should have standard size to meet consumer requirements. Service main may be in overhead or underground. I already informed this information. Okay, this is the normal single line diagram or normal typical house wiring circuit. Okay, let's understand one by one. Here they will going to use dotted line, that is nothing but a neutral, the thick line, that is nothing but a P phase one, complete more than thick line, more thick line they are going to use as a ground or earthing. Okay, from the phase I'm going to provide, from the phase I'm going to connect one wire through cutout, supply cutout, and then from the neutral I'm going to connect, I'm going to draw the wire through neutral link. This phase and neutral I'm going to connect in the normal in a single phase energy meter have four terminals. I'm going to connect the phase for one terminal and neutral for another terminal. I'm going to draw another phase and neutral wire from this energy meter. Here, energy meter have four terminals. I'm going to connect two terminal input and take output from another two terminal, total four terminals. From the energy meter phase wire, I'm going to connect to the DPIC. DPIC means double pore ironclad switch, and the neutral is for another terminal. Phase and neutral from phase and neutral of DPIC switch to the main distribution board. That is nothing but a main distribution board. This is nothing but a bus bar. Here from this bus bar, I'm going to elaborate 1.2.3.4.4 sub main distribution board. I'm going to connect one distribution board, second distribution board, third distribution board. I'm going to connect another one, fourth distribution board. Here from the distribution board, I'm going to connect to the sub distribution board like this one. Okay. From sub main distribution boards to sub-circuits number one, sub-circuits number two. From the sub-circuits, I'm going to connect it to the lamps and fans like lamp 1, lamp 2, lamp 3, lamp 1, lamp 2, lamp 3 in the circuit, sub-circuit 1, sub-circuit 2. This is the typical house wiring circuit explanation. Okay. Sometime they will going to ask the type of question. Let's understand this question is very, very important for your exam point of view. Systems of distribution of energy in a building. Okay. What are all the systems are there? Now, whether it may be ಯಾವ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ systems ಇದೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ in the building ಅಂತ let's you understand. Two common method they are going to use. First one, distribution board system, and then tree system. What is the difference between this tree system and distribution board system? Let's you understand. In the distribution system, distribution main system, I'm going to explain with the help of this figure. In the distribution board system, they will going to use this type of distribution board. Here, phase wire is connected to one bus bar, and the neutral wire is connected to another bus bar through this linked switch. Okay, this is nothing but a bus bars for neutral, for phase. This dotted line represents neutral. This thick line is represent phase. Okay, from this bus bars, I'm going to connect to the subcircuit 1, subcircuit 2, subcircuit 3, subcircuit 4. From these subcircuits, I'm going to connect it to the lamps like lamp 1, lamp 2, lamp 3, lamp 4, whether it may be lamp or fan through the switches. Okay, similar explanation. But in the distribution board like this, for example, another explanation required in the distribution board system. Here, distribution board system, I already explained. Here, as per the Indian standard, maximum number of points for light and fan circuit is 10 numbers. Maximum load that can be connected to the single circuit is nothing but 800 watts. Means here there is a number of sub-circuits are there. For example, I have one number of circuit. First, I'm going to have only simple house. In that house, I have only one sub-circuit. Means it should only contain 10 numbers of light and fan point. If in case increase behind 10 points, we should divide that number 10 divided by, for example, 15 divided by 2. In this 15 divided by 2. Oh. For example, I'm going to take down, sorry, 15 not divided by 2, 15 divided by 10. What is the value we're going to get? 1.5. In that time, for a single sub-circuit, we restricted to only 10 points. For example, I have 15 points. What we should do, for example, 15 divided by 10 means what? 1.5. We should take approximately double circuit. For one sub-circuit, we need to connect 10 points, another five parts for another sub-circuit. For a single sub-circuit, what is the maximum load restriction? 800 watts. This is nothing but a lighting circuit. For power circuit, what do you mean by power circuit? Power circuit means here we are going to give the supply for refrigerator, induction kettle like this, above more wattages like 3000 watt, 1000 watt, 500 watt, 750 watts like that. In the number of power points of power circuit can be connected only 2. Here for lighting circuit 10 numbers, for power circuit only 2. I think all of you understand what is the difference between lighting circuit and power circuit. Lighting circuit means fans and lights only. Power circuit means in the kitchen we are going to use refrigerator, in the bathroom we are going to use geyser. But that bathroom and kitchen we need to provide the power circuit. Okay, for power circuit we need to provide separate wiring. Okay, all of you observe 3-pin circuit, 3-pin socket. That is the power circuit socket. Okay, maximum load means for the lighting circuit 800 watts is the maximum. For power circuit 3000 watts is the maximum. These points are very, very important. Okay, distribution board, I already explained what is the meaning of distribution board. Here in the tree system is this circuit is look like a tree. Here they are not going to use any bus bar. Here they will going to extract the wire from phase to phase and then neutral. Okay, each individual phase and neutral they are going to give connectors, like one connector for phase, one other connector for neutral. Here one connector for phase, one connector for neutral. Continuously they are going to provide some connectors. Because here they are why they are going to use this type of method. Almost all the system they are going to use this method, distribution board system. These systems are used very rarely. Another system of distribution of electrical energy in a building. Smaller branches are taken from the main branch. Wiring systems are resembles a tree, so that's why the name called tree system. As each branch is taken off, a fuse is inserted. This system is used. The system is used adapt early days, but here nowadays they are going to use distribution energy system. Methods of wiring system. This question is not important, but you should know the methods of wiring system. Not a types of wiring system, it is a methods of wiring system. Joint box system or T system, not tree. This is a T system. Loop in system. What do you mean by joint box system? Here, each and every circuit, they are going to use one joints like connectors like phase for neutral, phase neutral. But in the loop system, they are going to extract the wires from the switches only. Phase through, they will going to provide one switch to the lamp neutral completed. For another circuit, they will going to take the wire from this switch, phase neutral from this lamp neutral. That's the continuously they are going to take the connection in a loop form. In a loop form, there is a difference between this circuit and this circuit. It is a loop, one by one connection. Almost all the connections are in this condition because used for connection of various equipments in parallel. Almost all the wirings are in this loop system. Okay, systems of wiring. There are multiple types of wiring. Okay, like this question is very important. The types of internal wiring unusually employed in our country are batten wiring, cleat wiring, wooden casing and capping wiring, conduit wiring. Now let's understand what do you mean by batten wiring. Batten wiring means here, let's understand here there is no capping. They only provide casing. Casing means bottom side. They will going to provide only bottom side. With the help of not a PVC cable, PVC. Here they are going to use T-could. It is a olden, it is a earlier type of wiring. PVC cable or TRS, tough rubber sheathed, runs through varnished T-could batten. Okay, PVC cable ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟಿ ಕುಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ರನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. PVC ಕೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ TRS ಕೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. It is the thickness of that T could is 10 mm. Okay, there is no cover, only bottom plates, bottom wood is there. Weight depends on number of wires run. Linked clips are provided. Why they are going to give this? This is nothing but a linked clip. This is nothing but a linked clip to hold the conductor. Linked clip are provided. Linked clip provide 10 centimeter in horizontal. This is nothing but horizontal 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter. And this is a distance between two clips, 15 centimeter. It is a distance between vertical clippers, that is nothing but a 10 centimeter, 18 centimeter. The length of the link clip is horizontal 10 centimeter, 15 centimeter in vertical. Varnishing of T-could. Why they are going to provide varnishing? In order to avoid the in order to protect the hood. Smooth curve given at a turning point. If it is in there any turnings are there, we should provide smooth curve. Simple and economical, but it is almost old, outdated wiring system. Now let's we understand this is also outdated system, but let's we understand wooden casing and capping. Here in the olden batten wiring, there is no capping, only casing is there. But here wooden casing and capping, they are going to use this like this. So there is a wooden casing and then wooden capping. Casing means ಯಾವುದು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. Capping means this is nothing but a casing, this is nothing but a capping. Okay, now casing is a rectangular batten strip attached on the wall. Casing is nothing but we are going to attach in the wall, on the wall. Oldest wiring, PVC cable carries through wooden casing, covers with wooden capping. Capping is for covering purpose. Always varnished and capping before installation. Shaped like rectangular strips. Capping is fitted on the casing and screwed in every 15 centimeter. Costly. Why we screwed every 15 centimeter? In order to get a mechanical strength. Okay. These are all some advantages and disadvantages. Okay, you can read, you can pause the video and read. Okay, yes. Now let's understand very important. Almost all the applications, almost all the houses, they are going to use this type of wiring, conduit wiring. Well, here in the olden days, they are going to use wood for casing and capping, but nowadays they will going to use conduit, that is nothing but a PVC conduit. Okay, here they are going to use here they are going to take down this conduit wiring system can be divided into two types: surface conduit wiring system and then concealed or underground wiring system. Surface conduit system means here surface conduit wiring system means here PVC conduit or steel conduit are fixed on the wall ceiling with the help of saddles and staples. Here PV conduit means what? It will going to carry the conductor inside the pipe or PVC cable, PVC pipe or steel pipe. ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಕಾಂಡ್ಯೂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಪೈಪ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸೀಲ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ in underground conduit wiring system, the conduits are bedded inside the wall. There is a they are going to place the conduit inside the wall and then they will going to plaster the wall. So that's why we didn't see the any conduit. Almost all the wiring, almost all the wiring system, they are going to use this type of concealed conduit wiring system. But in the olden days or in the villages, we can see we can saw this type of wiring, that is nothing but a surface conduit wiring system. This is nothing but a surface conduit wiring system. This is nothing but a concealed wiring system. Okay, there is some advantages and disadvantages in the both surface conduit system and concealed conduit system. But one of the main disadvantage in the concealed conduit system means we know some of the, if in case some of the short circuit, if any occur, it is very difficult to identify the fault. But in the surface conduit system, it's very easy to find out the, it is very easy to find out the fault. Okay, cleat wiring system. What do you mean by this cleat wiring system? Here they will not going to use any casing and capping. They will going to connect the wire on the wall directly with the help of this porcelain or cleat. Okay, this is nothing but a cleat wiring. Okay, now let's understand this type of question. This question is also very important. Explain briefly about desirability or choices of wiring system. One wiring is select ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. The first one is safety. This is very important. First and foremost, consideration against electrical shock. So first we should take care about safety. Durability. What do you mean by durability? How that wiring will withstand with against wear and tear. Appearance should be good. Okay, mechanical protection. Permanency means not deteriorate against weather and fumes. ಯಾವುದೇ weather condition ಬಂದ್ರೂ ಅದು ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. Accessibility. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ರಿನ್ಯೂವಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೈರಿಂಗ್ ನ, ಅದು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್, ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್, ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅಫೋರ್ಡಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲೆಸ್. Wires and cables. Now let's we understand about wires and cables in the next video.